YouTube. Welcome to OG Mar Whispers. I'm your host, OG Mar. Today I want to talk about internet companies and how they do business. I just had an occasion to have to call while I was looking at my card, checking my balance, and I noticed that there was, a little bit of a significant amount missing out off my balance. And so I looked to see what it was, and it turned out to be this company called Just Ask. Now, I need to ask a question at that particular website, or I didn't, or I wanted to ask a question, I should say. And so the website charged me $5 to ask the question, which I paid, and I never even really got an answer to the question. So I didn't think nothing of it until I just saw my account on my card and saw that some money was missing that shouldn't have been. So when I figured it out and found out who it was, I called them up and and wanted my money back. And the customer service guy that I got on the phone at first, he wasn't trying to give me my money back at first, okay? Until I told him I was a YouTuber and I would talk about his company on my channel if they didn't give me some satisfaction on what I'm calling about. Well, after a while, I told him, I said, you know what? I can't do a deal with you. Let me speak to your supervisor. So I guess he explained the situation to the supervisor. I'm sure the supervisor told him that he should have just gave me my money back. That's what he should have did. Because actually, it was even if I was gonna use the time frame of which the order was canceled, I was still like just a couple hours off in terms of getting my money back anyway. Because see, here's what they did. What they do is they'll charge you $5 for the question, and then in little small fine print, there's a disclaimer saying that you pay the $5 for the question whether or not it gets answered, and it goes on to mention that it's a 7-day free trial, and at the end of the 7 days, it automatically goes to something else. It was like $40 some. Well, anyway, I called and got my money back. And most internet companies will do that because I have a feeling that they kind of know that the way that they take the money out of your account and when they take it out is kind of sneaky. It's very sneaky. It ain't kind of sneaky. It's very sneaky. I believe that something needs to be changed on the way internet companies do business, and there needs to be some policies or laws applied to it so that people don't get money taken. I'm sure lots of people all across the country have lost money to internet companies that they really didn't want to spend with them. So, and the fact that, until some bigwig congressman or senator, as one of his kids do that or he does that inadvertently, it's, nothing's going to happen. I think I'm actually going to see if I can't start something up and get to, because this needs to change. Actually, I have a couple ideas on the issue. They can do one or two or three things. They can either put the conditions of membership in big letters where you can see it, so that when you are looking at the website, you can clearly see that if you do certain things, it's going to be assumed by the company that you want to join or be a member of that website. Because that's what they did. They made me a member, and I was like, I didn't want to be a member. I just wanted to ask a question. If there was anything wrong on my part, it would have been that I didn't I kind of let the 7 days slip past by a couple of hours. But even still, that doesn't excuse the fact that they're putting, that the conditions and terms and all that kind of stuff in such small letters that people my age probably can't read it. Now I can't read either without my specs. So if I don't have my glasses on, chances are I'm not able to read whatever is on the website. So basically, I pretty much have to have my glasses on. So, I bet a lot of people end up losing money for that reason, as well as the fact that they didn't know that, merely participating in anything on that website suggests that you want to be a member and want to join. The other thing is that I think that what ought to also happen, excuse me, is that before they take money out of your account, they should have to send you an email or text message or some kind of warning letting you know that this money is going to be coming out and giving you an opportunity to, to stop it if you want to stop it, or to join if you want to join, or, like if you don't want to do anything, fine, do nothing and join. But I want people to know that. The way they're doing it now, it's like they're trying to sneak it out. They sneak it because I've had a couple run-ins with a couple other websites where I didn't want to join it, and I think maybe that this business of, well, if you don't say nothing to us in X amount of days, we'll just automatically take it out. That needs to stop. It ought to be, if you don't say anything to us within X amount of days, we cancel your subscription. And if you want to join us, you have to call us back or text us back, or somehow you need to initiate the process of getting a membership or joining or whatever the case may be. I just don't like the idea that the way they're getting this money. It's the backdoor approach. So like, you don't say nothing because people have a lot of things on their mind. Besides websites. I mean, hell, I mean myself, I got a lot of things going on that I wish weren't, but they are. And I got to give priority to those things first before I'm going to be thinking about, oh, I gave some money to a website, so I better make sure that they're not going to take any more money. It shouldn't. It doesn't. It should not be that way. They are the consumers. I am the. I mean, I'm sorry. We are the consumers. They are the industry, and I think the industry should be have a little more, or a little less rather, uh, edge than the consumer. The consumer needs to have the edge in situations like this. And I don't know why somebody hasn't approached this and done something about it before now, but I think I'm going to look into that and see about doing something about it. And if anybody agrees with me, you're welcome to say something to me on here and let me know that you want to do something about it too. Because I don't like the idea that because I've had this happen before, and it's not new, because they've been doing this for years now. But people do still forget because nobody's saying anything about it. But I'm going to say something about it, and I'm sure this is not going to be the last video that I do about the practices of business on the internet. It needs to be a little bit more transparent than it is. Right now, it's a sneaky thing, and I think that just like businesses that you do business with in person, they have to be transparent. You have to be able to know what you're paying for, and everything has to be up and above board. I think the same thing should apply to internet companies that do business on the internet. If they're taking your money and taking your legal tender, you should have a right to know about it. Not taking it, not where they're taking it now. Now you find out about it maybe 2 or 3 weeks after it's been done. Now you already went through the whole month, so they're probably not going to give you your money back for that month, but they'll terminate, you from any further obligations. But the point is, people need their money now. You know, so this stuff needs to be, clear and transparent, as the police like to say. Um, Business is business, and good business is good business, bad business is bad business. As a consumer, I want to know what I'm paying for before I pay for it, and I want to know that you're going to be taking my money, before you take it. Not just I find out because I just happen to look on my app and decide to see what my balance is because I want to go to the store. But that's pretty much what happened tonight. I wanted to go to the store, and I looked and I had a couple of dollars in there. I was like, "What the hell?" So like I got so discombobulated by it all, I forgot I had cash, here at the house. So it really wasn't going to affect me tonight. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, the way they do business needs to be a lot more transparent. It needs to be a lot more clear, and the writing of the terms and conditions, instead of putting that in small little letters, or and then like in this case where this company has a policy of, if you ask us a question, now you want to, we assume you want to become a member. No, you don't want to necessarily become a member. There are places on the internet you can ask questions without being a member. So why in the hell would I want to do that? I just decided to ask a question at that particular website. That was called Just Ask, by the way. But all the companies do that. Any company that has a paid, side as well as a non-paid side, if you're willing to pay for something, for one instance, that doesn't mean you want to pay for the whole, the membership and the club or whatever the hell it is. You know, and people need to know that ahead of time, and that needs to be brought out in bigger letters. If anything, they should put whatever that the perks are. Put that in small letters, and so I don't see it. And I'll be surprised. Oh, I didn't know I get that. Surprise me that way. Don't be surprised me with, oh damn, my money's missing. That's a hell of a way to do things. Okay, well that's my bit. When you're on a website, best thing to do. And you know what else? Well, I guess I must have did that after because I switched cards, as a matter of fact, and that kind of blew my mind too. I was thinking, how the hell did they get my card number? Because I'm using a whole entire different card from the one that I usually use, and I was kind of surprised at how they got the number, but I gave it to them, as it turns out. I just didn't realize I'd done that. Anyway, until I see you again, this is OG Marv saying good night, and y'all be careful out there. Watch out for each other. Have a nice night.